Hey guys, Danny here at Partay. So everything changed as I started the filming and how I was going to approach this. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you up front. One, I want you to look at these. This is a black panel that I made. That's the 2.0 mixture. And what I'm really showing you here is how gray it isn't. Yeah, you're right. If you're thinking that's blue, that's exactly what it is. The crap is blue. So I'd started to go down one path where I was going to build a narrative with Ken's commentary about the application. So I'd started down, I was going to combine it and the review together, and afterwards it was like 40 minutes. So I just decided not to do it. Now I showed that little picture there because that is a little clip from John T that Ken has been putting out there, and we're going to talk about that in a minute and why it's important and why that was not incidental, it was not accidental, okay, as to why they used the clip that they used. So this is where I just basically clipped the first portion. What I was telling you there is I was changing rollers because I'm not going to, I could, based on his past mixes, they always have paint thinner in them. I wasn't going to ruin a good roller with paint thinner because I can use one roller for months and just clean it out, and it stays really clean before I really just kind of get it shredded and needed to replace another one. So I wasn't going to use one of my good rollers for this. But what I'm doing is I'm just going to go through the coating of the panel there. And I haven't opened the actual bag yet. You'll see I'll open that with scissors here in a moment. What I'm showing you is just I have water on my hand, and I'm just going to put a little bit of water on the roller, just a little bit, just so it isn't so dry whenever I start to roll the panel. But I'm not going to pull any punches with you on this one. You know, in the past I've tried to do some fun stuff and make it epic kind of video, but it's just not worth it, especially once I got into the material. And I'm just assuming here, I mean, this is speculation, total speculation, but this is not a gray. It is more blue than it is gray, and it just makes you wonder if Bird is just trying to sell his old blue crap, his blue screen stuff, as a gray screen now. And it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What you're going to notice here is that it doesn't help. It's going to become quickly apparent. And I love how he's out there right now parading over and over and over again about how everyone's faking and frauding this. I can tell you this would be the fourth mixture that I've seen from Kenneth Bird, and they all have a commonality. They all have a commonality. The content, you can smell the content. And I finally realized, just for you guys out there where you're smelling that, I kept thinking there's something this smells like, and I never could. I knew it smelled like acetone, but it was more than that. It was kind of a weird, funky smell. So I'm going to tell you, and you guys tell me what you think, those who have smelled it. Acetone and Play-Doh. For whatever reason, it has you know how you open a new can of Play-Doh and it's just kind of nasty? It smells like acetone and Play-Doh. So I'm just getting all the stuff off the bottle that Crow had put this in. This was shipped by Crow, thank you again. And but I can tell you, like I said, it has a very commonality in its design. The approach, everything looks just like the old mixes that I've looked at, everything from Supreme 8 to the Phantom to the Black Widow and now to this. So it's just bad juju. That's the only way I can describe it. Now I'm going to go through this. I'll be painting. I'm going to do one coat. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't show this in here anywhere, but one coat really doesn't suffice. You would need to do two because it left little areas that weren't particularly solid. So it's going to take at least a 2-coat application to do this. Now I want you to think about that because he goes on about my 4-coat application. My 4-coat application is planned. okay, for a purpose. You're going to get something out of that panel that you're not going to get out of a 1-coat or 2-coat paint. But still, this is not a single coat application. For you to have just a good coat so that it looks solid on the outside, you would need to do at least 2 coats here, because the paint thinner thins it out as it dries. So you're not going to get just a 1 solid coat. There's going to be little dimples in there where you can't see the full amount. Now what I'm showing you right here is, as I'm rolling, what happened is a little globule that was in that container kind of came out. And that happens whenever you use mixers like that. You mix up against, but you don't get the sidewall or the bottom well, and then you start pouring it in containers, you'll have these little globules of paint that didn't get mixed, and they'll just kind of float in there like a little bubble inside the mixture itself. I got that, and I'm showing you here on my finger. That is not gray, it is blue. It almost matches the cap on the core water bottle that I use. I use core water bottles to keep my core and my toner components separated. So you can see that blue on that water bottle. You see that on my finger? It's just blue. Shit's blue, okay? That's all I can say. It's blue. All right. So, and I had painted the black panel that you see there to the right. I'd painted it before I painted the blue one. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to do that with his commentary. But I've got a little bit of an idea I want to do with that. Now you'll see here that it's almost the same shit, not the same color tone, but the same dark tone, right? Darkness as Polaris, which is right here. But yet you're going to see, and I'm just going to play through this. I'm not going to talk through all of this in just a moment. I'm just going to put some music on. You guys watch, and you're going to see long throw in highlight and in dark. You're going to see UST in, I believe, just highlight. I don't think I put it in dark, but you can see here, black panel, his panel. Boom. Ken, here's what you need to think about. Your 2.0 was brighter than your black screens by far. Everybody saw the videos. Okay? If my black screen is brighter than your gray, your blue screen, really a blue screen, Ken. But if my black screen's brighter than it, what does that say? I mean, look there. Those black levels aren't black levels on yours at all. See that? I'm going to zoom in. Look at the black level on mine to the right, and then look at the black level on yours. And then look at how everything is muted. See, when Silent did his review, he was trying to express that to you, that everything looks very matte, looks very two-dimensional. It's because everything is muted. Nothing is punchy. There's no life in this screen. Look there, compared to the black screen. There's no life in these screens. The reason that John T did the video that he did, and you got to keep in mind, Hector's out, supposedly having problems. I think Hector's probably just decided to bail, but we'll see. He may come back. It ain't going to matter. But John T, who also just lives right up the street from Ken, right? Able to drop by Ken's house and do all this. The guy who is supposedly, and you can see the blue there compared to Polaris on the background, but the guy supposedly was going to come by, had agreed to be on camera. I didn't see that happen. So if I missed that, you're going to have to help me, Ken, because I didn't see that happen. And yet again, what we're getting are these 20-second videos of somebody showing an 80-inch image roughly, instead of showing the full panel that they have on the wall. They're only showing a portion of it. Why? Look how dark that is. Ugh. But anyway, why? Why, Ken? Why only a portion? It's because you show the blue snow because you've got a blue panel. And you're using who knows what projector, because he's not saying, John T's not saying, he's not saying a damn thing. It's like Hector. He just puts out a video and doesn't say anything. So it's just more trickery. more scammery. And when you look at these panels, you can tell, okay? That is a black panel to the right there, and it is brighter, Ken, than your gray panel. How the hell does that even happen? How do you call yourself a screen designer? Look how purpley that looks. This is just horrible stuff. It's not worth any kind of epic competition, because this is no competition at all. At all. This is a shit product by a shit individual who's out there pulling shit scams on people on a daily basis. And I'm supposed to be worried about you, Ken? I mean, think about it. Look, here you are in the dark. Look at that. That's supposed to intimidate me, man? Have you lost your friggin' mind? You've eaten too many Doritos and too many kid cereals. Okay, you got sugar right on the brain besides losing your teeth, son. You got nothing. You got DIC. Digital One Crystal. You got DIC. That's what you got in your possession. And you got nothing from me. And this is exactly why you can't face the king. And I want you to think about this now, folks. He put up this thing about Robert Bridges. Okay, that's not even the guy's name. The guy's name's Robert Briggs. But he put up this thing about Robert Briggs saying that Crow was deceptive. Now, I'm not trying to defend Crow. That's between all of them. What I'm going to highlight is you didn't bother to tell everybody that he don't like you too much either. Now, does he, Ken? I mean, you can see here where he's talking bad about your product and every other paint product out there, right? But he calls you out specifically by name with Crow. Why is that? And how is it that you're using him as somebody to show that Crow's deceptive when he don't like your ass either? It's all tricks. Everything is all tricks. You got nothing. You got nothing for me legally. You got nothing for me product. You want to call yours a product, but you got nothing out there for me. So you might as well just shut the hell up. Go away. But I think the time has passed for that, Ken. I think the time has passed. And when you get that little piece of paper from me, that's when you're going to know it's too late. You should have got out while the getting was good, but you couldn't do it. Your pride got in the way. And look at that panel. How proud should you be? Oh, I know you hate me, Mr. Bird, but it's okay. People like you always hate the real deal. I take that as a badge of honor. All right, I'm going to music. You guys enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon.